Hello, guys. So, okay, I'm making this video because I watched a video on finite realities, and I'm the most qualified person to talk about science, right, Darius?
Yeah, you're the new Matt Pat.
Anyway, pretty much the whole idea was that there's one reality or whatever, and it branches off into other realities depending on a person's decision. Well, they were trying to argue that, that's not infinite realities or whatever. So my idea is that there's infinite realities. If you think about it like this, okay, there are constants and variables, right? So the finite realities. Shut up. The finite reality runs on because there are certain constants that have to be constant, you eventually can't get certain timelines. And I argue it like this. If there are infinite realities, then there are infinite variables. And if there are infinite variables, then there are infinite variables to combine with those constants. And if there are infinite constants and infinite variables, then you eventually will get that reality.
You're not saying this very well.
No, I'm not.
Basically, disembodied voice, or I guess I'm not disembodied anymore. There are a limited amount of constances, and for example, imagine if in one reality there's like a number on the wall. Well, numbers can literally be infinite. Like a number can be as high or as low as you want it to be. And therefore, if each universe has a different number on the wall, there are infinite universes by default, regardless of the constances.
Yeah. Like, how did I explain it earlier? Oh yeah, this dog here. If there's infinite realities, you could argue that there's reality where the dog trips and dies or something, and another reality where the dog crawls on a wall. Well, you could say, because those are the two, routes or whatever, there's no way that he can climb up a tree.
You're really bad at this.
I don't know what to use for an example. I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to put it into words. Like,
Well, you're setting limits, but even though you have those limits, things still end up going infinitely.
yeah, because if you think about it, like what he was saying earlier was that if there's infinite dimensions, planes of dimension, first dimension, third dimension, fourth dimension. If there's infinite dimensions, infinite realities.
I'm not sure if you're doing that right. I think it's infinite universes.
Dimension? I thought you said infinite dimensions.
Oh.
Universes.
Oh,
well.
Not dimensions.
That's why I said that's impossible. There being more than 10 dimensions, and even that's a stretch.
Yeah, I meant universes.
Okay, if there's infinite realities, infinite universes, then there's infinite constants and variables. I mean,
constances are constant.
Well, yeah, shut up.
You said a number of constances.
Well, okay,
choose your constances.
Okay, you choose your constances. Yes. What I'm saying is, there's, when I'm counting constants, I'm not talking about, I'm not choosing a constant. There's multiple different constants, obviously.
Well, then they all become variables.
Actually, yes. If there's infinite possibilities, then everything is variables. There are no constants, technically.
Yeah, but you're choosing your constants is.
Yeah, you choose your constances, but there's still infinite variables, so there's infinite possibilities. Is that better?
You're gonna get flagged by YouTube for not being educational.
I don't know what I'm saying. What's a better way to explain this?
Crying in a corner.
No. Shut up.
Let's say at this moment you always cry in the corner.
Yeah, there's your constant. There's
But
but you could go by the fact that in every single, the whole idea is it's finite. So in every single thing, you know, nobody brings you food and you starve, but there's other stuff that happens in that reality, right? So there's just because of that, just because of all the variables, it's impossible for that to be true because eventually there will be a reality where they give you food. What? What? What am I talking about? No, let's put it in the fact that I said earlier. Time. Okay, if there's infinite time, if there's infinite realities and time keeps going, then eventually, even if it doesn't happen at that exact time, certain constants will repeat themselves and be paired up with different variables until eventually something like that happens. It may not happen at the same time as other things, but I'm arguing with my.
Constants.
What do you mean?
What if you're wanting something to happen at a specific time?
Well then,
I mean, you still have.
Well, okay.
Infinite.
I'm arguing with myself here actually by saying, time. It doesn't matter if it happens at the same time, but
because.
But again,
about Rick and Morty, then they're all the same age, relatively, or at least.
Okay, then there's it still works because there's still thousands. Thousands is a small number compared to infinite. But there's infinite possibilities, Darius. You just gotta look on the price. No, it's still infinite.
Yeah, you just need to give good examples.
There are infinite dogs of different breeds. Some of them don't look like dogs, and in other universes they would not be considered dogs. But in their own universe, they're considered dogs, and so they are dogs. There are infinite types of dogs. The constant is they all have an owner. And you could say due to the paths that it's impossible for the owner to go blind in a year.
Yeah, I'm sticking with that number analogy I used. Because all your other analogies aren't really working.
Okay, you go. I haven't even finished. So it's impossible for it to go, blind in a year because just the way that he's chosen his path or whatever. Well, if there's infinite variables, then it can be argued that there's multiple different timelines of the same person.
Oh wait, I just realized something.
Because there's multiple different universes. So since there's multiple different timelines, eventually there's going to be a timeline where he does go blind in an hour. Or did I say a day or a year? What did I say?
A year.
A year?
Oh yeah. I just realized something. Is physics our constant?
Physics.
Yeah.
Okay.
How gravity works and all that jazz and how our bodies work.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Okay, let's think about it like this. What's the main constant of all the universes, of all the things? What's the one thing that's constant that won't change in all the realities?
Atoms.
But if it's infinite realities, then at the same time, like I said, the physics could change. The rule of creation and destruction of matter could be changed to where you can destroy matter, you can create matter, because it's infinite. The universe may be made of cotton candy in some universe. Because physics.
But what if the literal physics end up kind of messing you over on trying to do that constant?
What do you mean, do that constant? Okay, wait.
You know what I mean? Like, say you're wanting to cry in the corner, but you need oxygen in order to cry in that corner.
Well, then you breathe something that's not oxygen. And then that destroys what my theory is. Are you sneezing? Cat. Okay, let's think about it. Well, think about it like this. Even though the
I guess you could think of it, think of an, line going in both directions, say that your constant is you only want even numbers, but you get infinite even numbers anyways because there's infinite numbers.
Yeah, that works.
Using numbers are easy.
There are, very, very specific variables that you won't be able to get because of the way of thinking. No. Wait, never mind. Yeah.
I said even numbers.
I know.
Every other number is even.
I know, but okay. Think about it like this: you only want even numbers, but even numbers have to breathe.
With my number line is only in threes. So I'm just like, I would still get every other number being even.
The whole thing about, the person being in the corner in a world that doesn't have air. The whole idea of that was, the whole idea with that is, you cannot get a reality with the being in that exact world without air. But having to breathe air. You cannot have those things. So there will be certain little things that you cannot have. But all
those little things end up culminating in you having a finite number anyways. All the tiny little things end up not happening. Stop
supporting. Stop. You're supposed to support my ideas. I am the most smart.
Yeah, the real point of this video is just to talk about.
Oh my gosh, this is 13 minutes.
Yeah, it's more about two failures talking about
stuff they don't understand.
Yeah, so use this for your smart stuff, and maybe it'll help you.
Just write down everything we say in this video, copy and paste onto your Google Doc or your what's it called, the PowerPoint, or not PowerPoint, Word, yeah, and also put it on a PowerPoint with lots of pictures you got, lots of pictures you got off the internet. Print off those words from Word and read them to your class.
And then get a marker and X out anything that's stupid.
Just draw smiley faces all over each other's heads. Because there's infinite realities and
there are infinite us's. There are infinite Gary Kings.
Yes, there's infinite Gary. There's only one Gary King. There's more than one Gary King. But you said, I know what I said.
There's a version of us probably out there saying we're looking at us and just crying in the corner. It's going like, why do we do this?
You're really depressing today.
Oh, my eye does hurt.
Oh, okay. Still, gosh. Crying in the corner is the best example you got.
Well, I got it from Jake.
Oh, yeah. Go sit in the corner
And think about your life.
and think about your life, yeah. Look at that. It's a cat. Kit kat, kit kat, kit kat, kit kat. Kit 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 kat. Prince. I don't even know if this camera's looking at the dog. Who cares? Anyway, I need to end this because this is too long. And
it'll get demonetized. I'm just kidding. We're not monetizing it.
We're not monetizing it because there's no way for me to get the money. All the money would have to go to you, and I'm not giving you money.
Is it because I'm the smart one?
Probably. Maybe. Constants and variables. Bye!